you very much, Chairman Foster. Good morning, everyone. I'm really excited about our hearing this morning on the benefits and risks of biometric technologies and exploring research opportunities in these technologies. I'm really hoping that this hearing turns into a productive discussion that helps us learn about ways to improve biometric technologies in the future, at the same time protecting people's privacy. I was reflecting this morning on the fact that biometric technology have really changed the way that we live our lives. Just this morning, I used facial recognition to open my phone, used the fingerprint reader on my computer to open my MacBook. When I got in my car this morning to come to my district office, the car recognized my face to set the seat settings, and as I was driving, used facial recognition to make sure that I was paying attention to the road. And that's just in the first couple of hours of today. So it's definitely changed our lives, and it's amazing to think that this was once the world of science fiction, and now we just take it completely for granted. Obviously, biometrics bring a lot of benefits to our daily lives, and we want to make sure that we're able to continue to allow those benefits while protecting the privacy of the people that rely on biometrics. So for that reason, I am particularly glad that Dr. Ramin from the National Institute of Standards and Technologies is with us here today to talk about the work that NIST is doing in this space. NIST has been working in research and development in biometrics for over 60 years. They have had an incredible role to play in developing standards for biometrics. And I'm hoping that in the same way that they helped the FBI establish standards for fingerprint technologies in the 1960s, that they're going to be able to take a leadership role in establishing standards at the national, international level for biometrics today. These standards are going to be critical to enable the exchange of biometric data between agencies and their systems, as well as providing guidance for how those biometric systems are tested, how performance is measured, and how assurances are made that data is shared securely and that privacy is protected. That's important because, I mean, as we all know, biometrics are really no different than any other advanced technology in that they have beneficial uses, but also their misuse can harm individuals and harm our society, in this case, by compromising the privacy of individuals or the security of their information. So as policymakers, we need to be acutely aware of not only the benefits that these biometrics have to our society, but also of the risks associated with the technology, especially in my opinion, when it comes to the covert collection and the issue of individual consent to have one's information stored and used. I think as policymakers, we have to balance that awareness against the potential benefits that biometrics bring to society. You could easily imagine us taking a draconian approach to regulating biometrics that effectively prevents the development and use of biometrics, which would lose all of the benefits that we enjoy from biometrics. And I'm not just talking about unlocking our phones or setting the seats on our cars. Biometric technologies really have extraordinarily helpful applications. To give you a couple of examples, in Ukraine, the Defense Ministry is using Clearview AI's facial recognition technology to recognize Russian assailants and identify dead combatants. Marinus analytics tool Traffic Jam uses facial recognition and AI to detect patterns in sex trafficking ads to help law enforcement identify victims of sex trafficking. If we were to take an overly heavy-handed approach to regulating biometrics, we would lose out on those life-saving applications as well. And that's something I actually have some firsthand experience with. Before serving in Congress, I was a member of the California State Legislature, and I served on the Committee for Privacy and Consumer Protection in the early days of facial recognition, before the risks and the benefits of the technology were well understood. And I can tell you, we saw a lot of bills that were misguided proposals that could have effectively banned the use of facial recognition technology altogether. So it's clear that it's a lot easier for us to push for legislation to outlaw technology entirely than it is to conduct due diligence and try to intelligently balance the benefits against the risks of technology. And that's actually why the work of NIST is so valuable here. A better understanding of the technology and carefully developed safeguards and standards will help us develop biometrics in a way that provides safety for people's privacy without stifling the innovation that's going to lead to future breakthroughs and benefits to society. So looking very much forward to learning about their work today and to hearing from our witnesses. Thank you, Chairman Foster, for convening the hearing. I am very much looking forward to the discussion, and I yield back.